7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Pollard again, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Could be some contact going on.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. He finds Watson complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead, and part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5, pickup of 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. It's Wilson on the option. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Rodgers going to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Troy Anderson in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
And quickly out wide, this is Watson. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. It'll be a handoff to Pollard, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 112 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Pollard trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Now here's Pollard, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Tony Pollard, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Jags are able to add on to their first half lead. Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. On the return, it's Eskridge, and he'll bring it out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Rodgers.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
That's now 6 dropbacks, 6 incompletions. Yeah, the defense been pretty good early, but he's got to start hitting some of those throws. He's making them better than what they actually are.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time.
And the Jags are going to take possession of the football.
He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
After the interception, here's Wilson.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
Going up top. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Houston.
Tyquan Thornton.
An 80-yard touchdown.
And the Texans are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. It's caught at the 5. And he gets into the end zone. We'll give him credit. They're not going to take this deficit lying down. They get 2 closer here on the fake extra point.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Wilson's throw brought in by Watson.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
Now it's Wilson. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Christian Watson.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Jaguars will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Now for the point after. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
He's going to let this one go deep. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Patch it. Get 300. Get 300.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
On first down, Rodgers. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now Rodgers. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And some room to roam now. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Another run now for Nwangu. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down. On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. Brought down at the 20. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Jaguars are going to get the football.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. So the drive's going to start with Pollard.
They had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. SOS. Back.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the 2nd half.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
On 2nd down, here's Nwangu. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Going for the deep ball. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Anthony Brown. And the Jags are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down.
And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15.
129 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Hey. You got 3. Three down. I got 3. He's checking. Crash. Check.
Gonna run again here with Pollard. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
That's pulled in at the 32. Three quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A little jet sweep to start the drive.
And down to the 41.
Second and 8 coming up. Here's Rodgers. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And this offense on third down today, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now Rodgers, gotta have this one. He's going to try and go deep again. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Pollard going to try the right side. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Jackson.
The carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge